This was day 2 of our West Coast Napoleon Hill trip, and David had suggested that we do the Big River Trail. I hadn't heard of it, and it was really great fun. I suppose when you look at the trail, I would say it's grade 2 plus, grade 3 minors. There was nothing other than the drop-offs that could make it dangerous. The trail is just outside Reefton. I put this map in so you could have an idea. It's about an hour from Greymouth and 20 minutes, half an hour from Reefton. This is one of the old photographs that I found of the mine when it was in operation. We started our morning in the domain. We awoke to no cloud, and it was just a really pretty morning, bit of mist. So we had slept in the domain the night before, but because everything was still soaking wet, we left the camper trailers and the tents and everything, and we'd come back later. The road in is really easy. It's basically just a really well-maintained gravel road. So we're going through this pretty scenery, and then we got to the start of the trail. Once you get onto the trail, it's basically just a gravel road. It's a little bit rough here and there, but nothing that should affect your vehicle. It's just lots of mud, and as you got onto the trail, it's a less maintained road, although we never came across anything that was anything above a grade 3. The bushes on the side have all been trimmed back, so there's nothing that should scratch your car. And really pretty scenery, although as we got up it was in the clouds and it was raining on and off, but still pretty scenery. I've got Kenda mud terrains on the FJ, and they worked fantastically, no issues at all. But saying that, the other vehicles did not have mud terrains and did just as well. The mud wasn't deep, it's just wet, muddy roads. Probably in the deepest place it was 15 centimeters. When filming these adventure trips that we do, I tend to use GoPros and DJI Osmo action cameras. I find if I mount it on the outside when it's raining, it'll get drops on the lens, which just distract. So what I did in this case, I've got DJI Osmo mounted on my dashboard, so there is a little bit of reflection from the vehicle, but you don't get that much rain on it. And then on the back of the Land Cruiser in front of me, I've got a DJI Osmo facing me, but because it's facing back and because we're not driving fast, it doesn't get spray and rain on the lens. It tends to work quite well. Then for the mines, when we're walking around, I've got a GoPro 10. I find the color on the GoPro is a lot better than the DJI, and on the DJI I have to color grade the footage to try and get it to match. The DJI footage and color is very dull, but anyway, so that's why you do get some reflection on the window. There is really no other option. In Africa, I'd explored many abandoned mines, and here we came across the Scotia mine, which you could go and have a look at. It looks like there's still some people working it. We found some gear covered in plastic and a spade, and somebody's still fiddling around trying to find some gold. The mine at the top of the hill, the Big River mine, was actually a quartz mine, but obviously with quartz you do get other minerals as well. Only one of us went in a little bit. It was really muddy. Then we carried on. The road is extremely narrow. The vehicle that we passed there we think was prospecting, because a little bit higher up the road we found a water pump, diesel water pump that was running, and there was a pipe running hundreds of meters from the water pump down towards where his vehicle was. It wasn't visible from the road, but we assume they were busy prospecting or dredging or something like that. Since there was gold in the area, probably a good thing to do. In terms of the other mines, there's a lot of old mines on the way up. Some are easy accessible, some aren't. If you're enjoying this content, we'd really like you to subscribe and like the video. So we're trying to get one video out a week. Sometimes we don't get it right, but we really try, and we'd like to see you there. As we proceeded up the track, we came to another mine. This was the A1 Adit mine, and this one you could actually go into. Visually it didn't look particularly deep, but Carl grabbed his torch and went in, and he said it goes in for a long way, so 60-70 meters. I'd like to try that next time. Some of it was flooded, so you would really need waders to go right to the back, but still another fun experience for the day. So after about an hour and a half, we got up to the mine. These buildings were the admin offices that looked after the mine. There was also a hotel, and there was a school, and there was a whole community living up here. On the left hand side are all the cyanide tanks that were used in the separation process. The mine was operated from 1882 to 1942. And between 1907 and 1924, the mine was the most productive. This mine also outperformed a lot of the other mines in the area in terms of production. The mine shaft is just over 600 meters deep, and also it's only one of two historic mines where the poppet, so that's the crane looking structure with a big pulley on the top of the hill, is still in position. The poppet was 12 meters high, or is 12 meters high, and it worked to move the material from the mine down to be processed. The track up to the mine is like the rest of the track, just easy, no issues at all. And it was really nice seeing all the buildings. They've all been maintained, and you can open the door and walk in and have a look at all the historic equipment. This was the winding plant. So what is a winding plant? It is a steam engine that moved the excavated material down the mountain. So the winding plant you can walk into, and the steam engines and the steam gearing is all still in position, and all the information is there. So it's really worth the effort. There's the poppet once again. This was really a great trip. As I said, easy road, anybody can do it, and not dangerous at all unless you're really scared of big drop-offs. But not a problem. So thanks to Graham, David, Carl, Julia, Gloria, and Adam for making this a really fun trip.